Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards, and I come to you live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 for a fun new project. So I'm sure many of you guys have seen today our annual catalog goes live. Sorry, there's a glare. Can't really see it, but once I flip you over, you'll be able to see it. We can now officially show the catalog. So I am super excited. I actually thought the catalog didn't go live until 11 o'clock today, but it was actually 11 o'clock last night. So I stayed up in my studio working away on retreat things, and I stayed up to place my order. So hopefully I'll have it in a couple days and we'll be able to do a little preview of all of the fun things. But I was able to pre-order some other things, so that is what we're going to be playing with tonight. So hello, Susan. Hello, Darlene. Good evening, Valerie. So hello, everybody. If you're logging on, say hi so I know you're here and watching. I'm just going to make sure we are live on the Facebook, make sure my volume is down because I was watching Netflix last night while I was out here. So I had to make sure my volume was down. Hello, Monique and Stephanie. So I had a crazy day. I usually don't work on Tuesdays, and we had a meeting, so I went in for the meeting for a few hours. And literally, I thought all day was Wednesday because I usually work on Wednesdays. So it's just been a crazy day. So that's why I paused and hesitated because I couldn't remember what day it was. So hello, Barbara. Good evening. So I'm going to flip you over and just show you a little bit of the catalog. So here is the amazing catalog. If you don't have one yet, please message me and I will get it to your doorstep, either dropping it off or dropping it in the mail. But it is so amazing. There are such amazing things in this catalog. So we do have these new tabs that can go on the side of your catalog. I do have a couple here in my studio, so if you would like a set, just go ahead and message me because I do have a couple on hand. But if you wanted to get your own, I can get that for you as well. So we're going to open it up, and it's the first tab is all occasions. And then you're going to flip to the next tab, and it's birthdays. The next one is love, thanks, and support, holidays, accessories, and then the index. So it's kind of nice that you can just literally flip to the page that you're looking at or you're looking for. So I literally ordered this set. Can you guys, this is totally me. Love it. Can't wait to get it. But this is, I mean, an amazing catalog. I don't know how they outdo themselves every single year. And this set, oh, this is a must-have. It does take a little bit of brain power to figure out how to use it, but once you do, it is spectacular. Can't wait to start playing with that in the July retreat. We'll be doing some extra fun things with that guy. So if you don't have a catalog and you haven't sat and marked your pages and highlighted the things you need, please let me know. I will definitely get you a catalog. And the pansies, oh, it is such a fun set. So there is the catalog, and I wanted to show you the card that we're going to be making today. We're going to be making two of these, and I picked this card because I saw it online, and it was probably from, I don't know, 8-10 years ago, but I really liked her layout. And I struggle sometimes when I see something online on how to get the specific measurements. So that is why I picked this card, is because it is a little, I mean, it's very beautiful, very basic, but it does have extra layers to it. So I thought I would show you guys how to create an extra layer card. And we actually put the ribbon on the opposite direction. I usually go side to side, but this one is horizontal. I think that's right. So this is the card we're going to be making. We're actually going to be doing two cards. And the first one, oh, I didn't bring the designer series paper over, but I do have the catalog. So hold that thought and I'll flip to the page to show you. So right now they have a special going on for if you have a $250 show, or if your wish list is over $250, you get an extra $25 in free product. And this is something that you can get. So you can only get this by hosting your own show or having an in-person class, or we could do it virtual as well. But it's called Pattern Play. You get 4 of each of these sheets. So it's 48 sheets. It's a mega pack. And that is the designer series paper that we are going to be focusing on today. I didn't bring it over here like a goofball. So these are all of the pieces that I have. So you have a piece of Whisper White, and it measures 4 by 5 1/4, and that is going to go on the inside. So I'm going to set that aside just so I don't mess it up and glue the wrong pieces. I am actually using one of the new in colors. It's Pale Papaya. I know it's a little bit bright, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's a very pale papaya. It's actually what it looks like. Oh, it's vertical. Thanks, Jane. I always get them messed up. I would tell you what my husband says to me to remember, but it's probably not Facebook appropriate. So this is Pumpkin Pie, and I'm actually using these colors because we are going to make a Mother's Day card. My daughter is pregnant, and this is her first Mother's Day, so I am going to make her a Mother's Day card. And she loves orange, so that's why I picked these colors. So this one is 4 by 5 1/4, and it's Pumpkin Pie. I have Basic White, and this is 3 3/4 by 4. Sorry, hold on. 3 3/4 by 5. Sorry about that. And then we have our designer series paper, and it's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And then I have just 2 pieces here. This is the same color as our base, the Pumpkin Pie, and this is 3 by 2 3/4. And this, I'm sorry, 4. I totally colored cardstock. 3 by 3 1/4. And this one is 2 3/4 by 3. I do have my little cheat sheet notes here, but as you can see, I messed up and then I got all discombobulated. So the measurements are correct in the tutorial. So sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just layering these guys up. And hold on, I have to find my adhesive. There we go. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back. And I'm going to put the lid on because it looks like it's wanting to squeeze out. So I'm just going to layer these together. It's a super quick card to put together, but I thought it was super cute. I actually did see a picture, a card design like this online, and that's what made me think to recreate it. So even if you don't like the sentiment that somebody uses, you don't have to use the same sentiments or the same dies. You can change it up. There we go. So before we attach this, I'm going to bring in the new Pale Papaya ribbon and some mini glue dots. And I'm going to put a couple on the back side. There we go. It's a little bit thicker, so I definitely would put more than just one. So I'm going to wrap it around the top, trim off the bottom, and then add a couple to the bottom. So did you guys have a good May 4th? My upline, Heather, her birthday is today, so she's not on the live. She's enjoying a lobster dinner, which I think is very rude for not inviting me, but that's okay. I'll let her husband take her out. So I'm going to put a couple mini dimensionals on the back. Oops, that one didn't come off. There we go. I'm going to peel these guys off. And I'm just going to set this right. I'm going to not put it quite in the center because I want to put a bow up top. So I'm just going to scoot it down just a hair. There we go. Now I'm going to tie a little bow. So how I tie my bows is I do 2 bunny ears and then I cross them and then I just flip that around and pull until you get the size you want. I don't want too big, but I don't want too small. And this is a thicker ribbon, so you definitely are not going to get a super tiny bow. Go ahead and snip off the edges. There we go. Perfect. Get that out of the way, and then I am going to probably put 2 mini glue dots on this guy because he is a little bit chubby. There we go. And now we can fold our cardstock. Give that a good crease. And we can attach it. And now all we have to do is decorate it. There we go. Easy peasy, right? Okay, so while this thick card is drying, I am going to bring in the stamp set that we're going to be playing with. It's called Hand Pen Petals, and it has a matching die that coordinates with it. So this one is super fun. It does the little scallops on the edges. So this one does all scallops. So you could do a scallop on all 4 edges or 1, and these match the flowers on the inside. So what I did is I've actually used this set a lot. So I went ahead and attached it to my Stamparatus. So what I did is I laid my cardstock down and then I put the stamps on top of it. You close this to pick up your images. And once you run this through your die machine, use this as your mask. So every time you need to stamp, as long as you don't move this, every single time you want to stamp your image, it will be in the same exact spot every single time. So I actually, for the project that I was doing, I had to cut quite a few of these and stamp them. I actually did the little dandelions as well, but we're not going to do the dandelions on this card. But I did leave it there just in case I needed to make more. So I'm just going to ink this up. And I'm going to flip this over and give it a nice good press. You don't have to white knuckle it or anything, just a nice, even, good press. And it probably will pick it up, and that's not a problem. And it looks like it needs to be pressed a little bit more right there. And the nice thing about this is I can lay it right back over and give that one spot another press. And look, it totally fixed it. So since we're going to make 2 cards, let's go ahead and do the other one at the same time, just so I don't have to bring back in the Stamparatus, even though it is really cool to watch. So we're going to re-ink it. You do have to ink it every single time you stamp, but it doesn't matter how many times you do this, it will be in the same exact spot, as long as you don't move your images. I think I cut, I don't know, 40 or something, 50 of these. And every time I did it, it was in the perfect spots. There we go. Easy peasy, right? Love it. So now I'm just going to set this aside, and we're going to bring in the pumpkin pie. I'm going to do granny apple green and the pale papaya on this flower. So I'm going to start with the pumpkin pie, and this is meant not to line up perfectly. I know some people might have anxiety when it comes to things not lining up perfectly, but it really doesn't bother me. I actually think it gives it some extra character. So I'm just going to stamp that. There we go. We're going to use this again, so I'm going to wipe it off after I clean it. So that's it for the pumpkin pie. So I'm going to bring in the pale papaya. I'm going to ink up the smaller flower and stamp right over here. There we go. I think she's going to love this card. And since the designer series paper had the granny apple green in it, that's why I chose to do the leaves in granny apple green. So you have 2 sizes of leaves. The smaller one is actually for this little guy right up top. There we go. And then the larger leaves are for the other 3. There's one. Flip this around. There we go. Let me rinse those off real quick. I have my little chamois next to me. So that is how easy this card is to put together. So I didn't want, because of our bow is pretty thick, I didn't want to add extra dimensions to it, so I just glued this straight down. And my original card, let me bring it in. There we go. So my original card, I stamped the thanks right over the designer series paper, but I think this might be a little bit too busy, so I have a piece of scratch paper that I am going to bring in. I think we should bring in the Granny Apple Green, and I am going to stamp Happy Mother's Day from the Timeless Tulip set right here, the Happy Mother's Day. So I'm going to just ink this up and stamp it right at the bottom. Hopefully that is even. Yep, that's not too bad. And I'm going to bring in my little tiny trimmer. And I don't want this to be too big, so I'm not really measuring it. So I'm just going to trim. And then put it back in. I just want a little tiny Mother's Day sign. Mother's Day. There we go. So I'm going to flip that over. Let's see, where should it go? I think it looks pretty cute right there. So I'm actually just going to glue it down since it's already pretty thick. Let's put it right up under the little leaf. There we go. Look how easy that was to put together, and it is so cute. So let me put the basic white on the inside. Since this is a light card base, you wouldn't have to, but my original one was the Blackberry Bliss, and it definitely needed a piece on the inside. But sometimes I think it's just finishes up your card having the piece on the inside. There we go. Super easy and fun, right? So here's the one we just made, and this was my original one. So fun. So let's make one of these in the same colors. And I actually grabbed some of the ribbon from the holiday, or not the holiday, the mini catalog. This is the Blackberry Bliss ribbon. So I do have a piece of basic white for the inside. So we will just start assembling all of our fun pieces. You could really do the black and white as well if you did black cardstock, because the other side is the gingham. So there. And it's just a matter of knowing that everything is 1/4 of an inch smaller all the way around. So it doesn't matter how many layers you do. You can do them 1/8 of an inch, but I'm not a fan of the 1/8 of an inches. They kind of drive me crazy. So I'm going to set those aside, fold this so I can glue down the first piece. There we go. And then we can glue everything together. Oh, actually, we shouldn't do that because I have to wrap the ribbon around. Good thing I caught that. And if you do glue this down before you add the ribbon, nobody's going to know. I promise. So let's bring in the ribbon. Grab some mini glue dots. Wrap this around the top. Trim this off the bottom. Grab another one. There we go. So now we can flip this over and attach it with some dimensionals. And I just put one in each corner, and then because it is a little bit bigger, I put one in the center as well. So peel these off. There we go. And I love the crushed curry and the Blackberry Bliss together. So beautiful. Love, love these two colors together. They're so striking. Got a little bit of glue up top. You either love Tombow or you hate it. I don't know why it decided to start spitting out on me. Let's tie another bow. So 2 bunny ears. And we're going to flip that guy inside. There we go. And then just give this a little haircut. Perfect. Such a simple card, but it is so elegant. I'm only going to put 1 mini glue dot on this one because it's not super thick. Okay, so that card is done. So let's bring in the flower that we stamped already. And I'm going to bring in the inks. This time I'm going to use Soft Succulent, Crushed Curry, and Blackberry Bliss. So we'll open up our ink pads. I'm actually just going to do one at a time just so I don't accidentally stamp on the wrong color. Oops. That one is, I've re-inked my Blackberry Bliss and it definitely is super juicy. I think I might have done it a little bit too much. So we're just going to lightly tap this down and hopefully it transfers on. Perfect. Sometimes it's hit or miss with the Blackberry Bliss when you're re-inking it. So let's grab the crushed curry and we're going to do the little flower. And I actually need to re-ink this one. Make it a little bit brighter. And then we're going to do the Soft Succulent for the leaves. So we're going to take the little guy first. And then come in with the big guy. There we go. Pretty easy, right? And the flower is so pretty. Okay, bring our card back in. And then we're just going to attach it. And I would have stamped the thanks, but I actually think I left the thanks stamp over on my table. But that's okay. You know what? I actually have the stamp set here. So let's do this one. Congratulations. Let's see if I can fit congratulations in on the bottom. Just barely. Let's see if this is going to work. This is the tricky part when you stamp on your designer series paper is if you mess up, it's kind of hard to fix. So let's see if I can get this right. So let's do congratulations. And I'm going to come down here. The trick is just not to push very hard. So I'm just going to set that there for a second. That actually didn't work out too bad. It's perfect. I really like it. So we have a congratulations card. Oh, it's probably one of my children. It is. Natalie does not know when I go on my Facebook Lives. She's in trouble. Sorry about that. So we have congratulations. We have thanks. And then I made my daughter, who is pregnant with her first baby, a Happy Mother's Day card in her colors. So there you go. That was your live for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Sorry about getting the horizon, the vertical and horizontal messed up, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that does. Anyway, if you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out. The new catalog did go live today. If I can help you with anything, please, 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 I will be up for a few more hours, or you can catch me anytime tomorrow as well. And if you need a catalog, please don't forget to shoot me a message and I will get you out a catalog. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.